Hello everyone, welcome back to Text HTML5 course. And in this particular video, we are going to be looking at different types of links and comments. So we are going to be looking at global links. We are going to be looking at local links, that's links that navigate you from one web page to another in your website. We're going to be looking at links that will help you navigate through particular sections in one particular web page. We're going to be looking at links that will take you probably back to the top of your web page. We are also going to be looking at links that will help you download files, or that will help your viewer download files. That the person who is on your web page download files. Links for emails, we're going to be looking at that. Links for telephone numbers, we're going to be looking at that, such that you don't have to write your email and phone number on your website. Okay, so without waste of time, let's dive right in. Starting off, I am just going to create an unordered list here so that we can have all of our links inside. Now we need to first of all know the tag that we use for um, a link, and a link we use an anchor tag, so simply an A, right? So I'm going to use A and tab. Tab produces the opening and closing tag. Now take note, you should have this attribute inside href, that's reference, as we saw it for links in the head. You should have the href. And if we are linking this to an external site, that's a different site. So if we're linking this to a global, um if we are adding a global link in here, then we should give the domain name of that site. So I just want the person that will click this to I want HTML to take the person to Google, so I'm going to give Google's domain name in here, and it's simply https colon backslash backslash www.google.com. Okay, um didn't spell this well. Google.com, and the text. So in here you need to write the text between your opening anchor tag and your closing anchor tag. You need to write a text that the person will see on your site, and you should take note that the text should be it should have the meaning of exactly what is going to happen when the person clicks on it, but it should not be too long. Like, you should not write something like click this link and it will take you to Google. It does not make sense. It's actually too long. If you write something like click here, how the person know what will happen is, so if I say something like go to Google, if I say something like go to Google, the person will know that, okay, if I click this, then it should take me to Google's Google search engine, or basically, yeah, Google. So if I save this and I refresh, then I see types of link. If I click this go to Google, then it should take me to Google. Okay, so we realize that it works. Now let's say we want a link. By the way, I hope you're not confusing li for link. It's basically list item, right? Because I'm creating an unordered list here. Okay, so that's already explained. I already moved this. Okay, so next anchor tag that we're going to be looking at is a local link, right? A link that will take you to this page. I created the page called about.html in this file, and I want to add a link in here that will take me to my about.html. So I am just going to write in here the file name about.html. Now if about was not here, if about was probably in uh, a folder inside this CSS folder, right? If it was in another folder, probably called about, then I'm going to write here instead about slash about.html. Okay, but since it's not there, then there's no need for this. Same thing here. If I am connecting to my style sheet and that style sheet is not directly in the same folder with my index.html, probably it's in another folder, then I'm going to write the folder name and then slash style.css. Okay, so I am just going to write here about us. So you see my link names, right? They are actually straight to the point, and they give the meaning of what exactly will happen if you tap that thing. So normally if you're going to a page and you see about us and you click it, you should be expecting um another web page that will be explaining about the particular about the web page itself, right? Yeah, or the people who created the web page, or what the web page is for. Okay, now the next link we are going to be looking at is a link that will take you to the top of the page. Now the reference is simple. You just use a hash. A hash takes you to the top of your page, and I'm just going to say back to top. Okay, if I click this, it should take me to the top of my page. Perfect. So the top of my page, my journey with Innotech. Okay, next link type. I'm going to show you guys a link that will help you download a file. But the problem is, I don't know why my own browser isn't allowing me to download files using this link, but it should work. In the next video, I'm going to show you a way using Google Drive to actually make this file downloadable. But for now, it's not going to download. Okay, so but I don't know, you can still try it on your browser and it works. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to explain how you should go about it. So I have Innotech's logo in here. This is it, right? So I am going to add a link in here that will help us download that. You simply write logo.jpg, since that is the name of the file, and in here you're going to write probably download our logo, right? But this basically will not download the logo. It's actually just going to take you to a different tab. It's going to open a new tab here, and in that tab you're going to see the picture of Innotech's logo, right? The logo I showed you there. So to correct that, or to make that downloadable, you need to add the download attribute here. So download. So you could leave it like this, or give it um you could give it a value, right? So this value now is like when the person downloads it, what is the name of the file that the person should see. So I could still leave it at as logo.jpg, or I could say Innotech, right? Yeah, I'm just going to say Innotech's logo. So if the person downloads it, then the person should see the name of the file as Innotech's logo. Okay, yeah, if I save this and I refresh, as I've said, my browser does not seem to permit me to download these file types JPEG. I don't know if it's going to allow me download text files, but let's just see. So you see it actually opens the file name. Now let me try this. Let me just create a file here, and I'm just going to call it file.txt. So basic text file, right? And my name is Inote. Okay, very simple basic file, nothing much. And in here I'm not going to say logo.jpg, I'm going to say file.text. Quite simple, right? Okay, Innotech's logo, no, I'm just going to say Innotech, nothing much. Download our logo, no, download a file, so I'm just going to say download a file. Save this and refresh. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see. So download a file. So it still seems to take me to another web page, but again, you can always try this in your browser and see if it works for you. In the next video, I'm going to upload a solution to this particular fault um, using Google Drive. Okay, but you should know that this is how you um, uh, give a download link. Now the next type of link is a link that will help you or that will guide the person on your web page email you, but not actually seeing your email, right? So you don't actually want to write your email there, but you want the person to be able to email you. So I'm just going to say mail us or email us whatsoever. So email us. I think that is fine. And what you do here is you write mail to and colon, and then you write um the address, right? The email address. So I'm going to say example at email.com, right? So also I'm not going to write our email address here, but yeah, you should write your email. If it's a professional site you're building, you should be able to write your email here. And if you save this and refresh, if my data is connected, then it should all good. So you see it opens mail, right? So it opens this particular uh browser where you can choose what exactly you want to use to probably write the email. So I could create I could tap Outlook, Office, Google, Yahoo, iCloud, whatsoever. So you choose the particular uh uh how do I call this um way that you want to email the people or whatsoever if you want to email. Okay, next, telephone number. Quite simple. Use tel and then the number. So in Cameroon, which is where I am, we have 12 digits start with +237, and then you have 9 other digits. So I'm just going to say +237 and a random number. I apologize if this is your number, but it seems quite random to me. Okay, so this is fine, and I'm going to say call us. So realize that this actually makes things a lot more easy because the person going through your web page does not actually see your good. So you see make a call from, and you have my phone there. So my PC is actually trying to connect to my phone, but I don't want to do that now. Okay, so you see life just becomes a lot more easy this way when you have all of this in place, right? So yeah, it just becomes a lot more easy. Okay, now the last type of link I'm going to be showing you is a link that will help you navigate to your index.html page no matter the page you are on. So I'm going to open my about page, and yeah, I'm also going to create a list here, and on that list, and I'm going to give an a tag there. In here I'm just going to say go home or simply home, and you simply use a backslash here, right? So a black backslash here should take you to your index.html. But then again, I have tried this and it seems to not work here. I have no reason why. But again, you should try it. It should be able to work. So if I save this on a refresh, um, good. So you see nothing changes. But if I go to my about us page here, you should see home. If I click this, so it takes me here, which is still shocking for me. I don't seem to understand what exactly the problem is. If you have this problem, then again you could see come in here and write index.html, no problem, right? Save this, refresh, home, good. So it takes me to my index. So even if you have a problem and you don't actually know how to solve it, then you can still stick by the traditional method of just giving the file name there. Okay, so that is all about links, guys. uh let's talk a bit about comments and we can end the video here. So comments, to write a comment is quite simple. Use a less than sign, an exclamation, and two dashes, and HTML will um give you the closing uh tag, right? for the comment. So if I just tap the next dash, then HTML produces the end. And we use comments to basically make our code more readable. Like if someone, and this is best for programming languages, if someone is going through your code, it makes the person a lot it eases the reading process for the person, because the person already just looks at the comments and like, okay, this is what this particular code is for, is supposed to do. This particular code is supposed to do this particular thing. And it also helps you maybe find bugs in your code, right? Yeah, bugs are basically errors in your code. So it helps you find bugs in your code. You're like, okay, this is what is you wanted, right, from this particular section of your code, but this is not what is happening. So you have to correct that. So I'm just going to say lectures at Innotech, and basically HTML goes over your comments. It does not actually print it out. It just goes over it. It does not do anything about it. uh yeah, so we have come to the end of the video. I'm going to throw in a bonus here, which is another type of a link, just to thank you for watching till the end of the video. Another type of link, and it's a link that will help you navigate to a particular section, right, in your code. So let's say I have this section. I'm going to create a section here. Section, some people use divs, but I prefer using sections. I mean, it makes much more sense to use um section, right? But you will still use a div, um but then again, I prefer using section. Okay, so I have just put all of these, right, all of no all of these in a section, and I'm going to give this section an ID. So up here you should see a card that should link you to our CSS video on IDs and classes. So I'm just going to give this section an ID. So go into the opening tag of section and you give it an attribute called ID, and I'm going to say beginning. Okay, and the link that will help us link to that particular beginning or to this particular section is going to be called hash, and the name of beginning, and the name of the ID, right? So go to how it began, save, refresh, scroll down, see, go to how it began, click there, and it takes me to not the top of my page, but how it began, right? And I could also create a section where I see lectures, so I could create a section in here, and yeah, in this section, so cut this, paste it in here. In this section, I'm going to put all of this in here, and I'm going to give this section an ID of lectures, right? So I've given this an ID, and again, use hash and the ID name, right? So lectures, save this, refresh. Although this name is not correct how it all began, but for time purpose, I'm not going to correct that. If I click that, it should remain like this because I'm already at the top. But if I were further to the bottom, then you should see how our lectures are take somewhere up here. So if I click this, you see nothing actually changes, but we did see that when we had how it all began, it took us to how it all began. Okay guys, so thank you so much for taking our time to watch this video till the end. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the number of views that we have officially reached 1000 views. We thank you guys so much. For the number of subscribers, we are also so grateful to you all, and we will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share this video to people interested in watching HTML, and subscribe to the channel. Don't also forget to turn on notification bell so that you don't miss the next video on tables and images. Okay, so yeah, see you in the next video, and bye bye.